reaction to, first of all, the overtime. Second of all, or first of all, the end of the regular game, then the overtime. I was going crazy. Finally, we made shots. We made plays. Referees trying to take it away from us. But that atmosphere looked amazing. Let's get to the man who was there courtside broadcasting it as the student section was pouring onto the basketball court. He's none other than my man, Terry Nelson. What's up, Terry?
Your show is getting better and better.
I'm trying. I got too much stuff to read now. I kind of get tongue twisted. But so what was that like last night, dude? With that, I mean, to me, that was the first time that I ever remember anybody doing a court storm in there.
To me, it signified, first of all, that was the first time, but it signified a new era in Cincinnati basketball. The Wes Miller era has officially kicked in when you have the first Big 12 home win against a ranked team in the building. Reminds you of when back in 90 or 89, 90, when Steve Sanders hit the shot against Minnesota to win the game. They were ranked at the time, and it just sort of indoctrinated that whole era, that time stamp from that one. It was toughness that was on display. And to see the crowd storm, man, to see the players just enjoy it, soak it in, to see ESPN. I just finished watching overtime, and to see ESPN just let the moment happen
right
before signing off, because, you know, I've been on the other side of that, and I know the producers are in the air, so all right, guys, we got to stay time crunched because we are ESPN Plus for the non-conference. But the Big 12 play says, no, we're going to let this moment play out. We're going to let the crowd storm. We're not going to even say nothing. For about 35 seconds, 40 seconds, it was pure silence.
Yep.
It was pure silence, and all of a sudden you're sitting over there, you're taking the moment in, and the close-ups, and they're seeing the players celebrating with the students and the fans, and there was order. There's chaos in this order, but it was order.
Right.
And it was like, this is awesome.
Dude, it was funny. I was watching it on TV, and they're paying the student section. This is in the regular time. And this one guy in the student section, he's looking at his friend over there. He goes, "We're going. We're going." I'm like, dude, are they talking about storming the court? This is before overtime even hit. So I saw that. I'm like, well, they're thinking about it. I said, first of all, I'm going, I don't even know if they'll let them do it, because usually they got the gates going across and the ushers are there. So I'm like, I don't even know if they can do it or not. But watching them go out there and do that, and then listen to John Newman's reactions afterward, he said, I just zoned out. He's like, I was having fun. All of a sudden, these people are going, yeah, woo! He's like, oh, hey. So that was cool right there watching that. And some people are like, oh, it's a bit of an overreaction for beating number 19 or whatever. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, these kids have fought their asses off. They have every chance of being 4-0 in the Big 12, Terry. They have done so. I mean, I'm not trying to talk down on them. I was not sure how they would do in the Big 12, with it being so many new guys. And I told you before, the way the preseason went and everything. Dude, they played outstanding. This is Day Thomas's coming out party, I think, with that 3-point shot.
Man, you know what? It was great to see Day have the game like that and play with confidence. But make no mistake, this is a top 10 to 15 roster in college basketball. And when you start to see what Dan Skilling is doing in the best conference in America, you start to see that we have the premier wing defender in all of America. And this happens to be, we're in the best conference. We have the best wing defender in John Newman. There's not a matchup that John Newman does not affect.
Nope.
I mean, to see him, and I'm watching this overtime, and to see him just jump on Miller, whoever the hot guy is, he jumped on him, and with his length, poked the ball away, even though he's close enough to crowd him, but doesn't get too close he uses that 7-foot length, pokes it away. He offensive rebounds. He plays bully ball. It's like he takes on all challenges. Any offense he gives you is bonus to what he does defensively. Man, this dude is a rough rider.
Yeah, speaking of offense, he scored 20 points last night, 7 of it in overtime. I mean, right there, and they said this on the TV broadcast too. Is they played bully ball. There's so many times that he went in and he'd give him a little nudge, and he'd go up with the left, go up strong with his hands. And again, dude, I'm sitting watching. I'm like, that's Bearcat basketball. That's you guys. That's what you guys did when you played. You went in there, you guys went strong to the hoop, and they weren't knocking you off the line to the hoop or knocking the ball out of your hands. And I'm just seeing stuff that is making me so happy because it looks like we're getting back to Bearcat basketball. We're the bad dudes on the block. You're coming into our house and you're in for a fight, and that's one thing with the crowd. Terry, last couple times. I mean, even I can't remember the guy who's doing it on ESPN Plus last night, but he said this is my first time here in Cincinnati. Yeah. He goes, this atmosphere is unbelievable, and I'm sitting there going, dude, this is every night. This is every night, dude. And it was like this when you played, when Kenny played. It was like that every freaking night because I was there most of them. But I mean, that's what I love. That I think Wes is bringing that back, and that we haven't had that in a couple of years.
Yeah, and then let's give some Cincinnati in-game promotions, event promotions, some love too, because we put on a good show.
Yeah,
whether it be in Nipper Stadium or whether it be in Fifth Third Arena, we put on a good show. We have the DJ, we got our dance team are national champions, our cheerleaders are national champions. We have great halftime acts. We have the music from the DJ, during timeouts and coming back from break, or when somebody gets a dunk and they play music. It's almost like an NBA atmosphere,
right?
When you come in there and you're starting to see the celebrities on the opposite side of the court. They're coming now. They want to come. See Bengals, Reds. When stars come in town, they contact Karen Hatcher and she sits them in the front row. So it's like, man, this is like everything that you need to have an exciting atmosphere is here. And the Bearcats cut their teeth. They play to the level of their competition all year long. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, now that you put them in the best conference and they know the expectations where you can get blown out. Like you can be 5-0 and end up 9-5 pretty quickly.
Right.
Or 5-9, pretty quickly, because you can lose a lot of close games because if you're not fundamentally sound, if you're not buttoning up little things. And I think for the Bearcats to go through should be 4-0, at least 3-1.
Yeah.
that would have them as a top 15 team, top 19 team, definitely top 20. But if they can string this together on Saturday, going into Kansas, boy.
Ooh, look out now. The things they got to clean up. Like, dude, I tweeted this out last night. Like, how many layups can we miss? I mean, we missed so many layups. But then I was getting irritated with that. Then Dan Skillings comes in and makes – I still don't know how the hell he got it up and over and into the rim there at that angle he had. That was an unbelievable play there. And, oh, by the way, shout out to you. You got the score exactly right. So you and Steve there, you caught up. Was that 2 points there for the?
Yeah, right on the. I'm trying to catch up, man. We got 2.5. Dan's at 5, and Mo's at like 6. So I'm trying to catch up. I need a couple 2-pointers in a row.
There you go. There you got somebody on here said they saw you. It's a guy from Walgreens. Like, find them. Where the hell that guy? Everybody's blowing the chat up. I want to bring. Oh, there it is. There. Fred Alexander said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
He's saying, "What's up to you?"
What's up, Fred?
So, but yeah, that just the things that they could tidy up are easy. It's nothing huge. Like, we got offensive out rebounded on offense end last night. You can fix that. Mm-hmm. Just miss layups here and there, but it's stuff that it's nothing like egregious defensive woes. We're not missing guys most of the time and let them drive straight to the basket. Like we've done years in the past. The stuff that need to be tightened up are fixable to me, and it's pretty easy. And if you can start doing that, Terry, we can give if they play like this and improve just a little bit, we can give Kansas a run for their money.
Well, you're going to fix a couple things. One, they'll get C.J. Frederick back here in another week or two.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that gives you 3 to 4 more 3-pointers and potentially, more than that per game. It spreads the floor, makes them honest. But secondly, they give up 18 offensive rebounds yesterday. That's right. Come on, man. That's just the Bearcats are fourth in the country in rebound margin at 12 per game. They're second in the conference in rebounding, first in the conference in rebounding, second in offensive rebounds per game. They get after it. the one link that they have, the weakness in this chain that's holding everything together, is Simas Lukosius. Simas Lukosius is giving up too many offensive rebounds. He's not boxing out.
Right.
Defense is not a strong suit. So if Simas Lukosius is going to play the minutes that he's playing right now, and he's playing much more minutes because CJ Frederick is out, but if Simas is going to be getting the minutes that he's got to tighten up his defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to tighten up his boxing out. Offensively, he gets to his spots. He's a great passer. When he gets hot, he can knock down some shots. He can score the basketball. Defensively, he's got to take the same mindset of how he reads people when they guard him and start using that mindset to guard other people. Like, there's no way in the world he should be giving up, 4 or 5 offensive rebounds when he's tall. He's got a good size body. He's got to just pay attention to the little things, because if I'm in the Big 12, everybody's known they're going to see who they can attack. Mm-hmm. Sort of like Jurassic Park when they were trying to find out which part of the fence wasn't live and active. Right. Once they found that where it was, they just all start coming through there.
Right.
And so once they figure out on the court, I can't go through John Newman. Skilling's giving me problems. Mm-hmm. Day Thomas keeps getting deflections and knocking the ball away. Oh, what about Simas? Attack him. And then if they keep attacking him, he's going to get in foul trouble, or he gets other people in foul trouble because he gives up straight line drives.
Now, one thing you be talking about this on the phone, the phantom call. I'm gonna call it phantom call on not Day Thomas, the 7-footer. Why is his name slipping my mind?
Victor.
No, not Victor.
Aziz Bandago.
Aziz, thank you. The one there at the end that gave TCU free throws to win it in regulation or whatever, and fouled Bandago out was absolutely ridiculous.
That a foul? Was that a foul?
That was not a foul. There is no way that was a damn foul. Like, dude, you gotta be kidding me.
Right.
I mean, I think it was okay called game, but that one, and then Jameer Nelson, he was out of bounds, Terry. He was literally out of bounds, jumped in to get the rebound, caught the ball, same time he established himself back in time. Like, you have to establish yourself back on the court before you get the rebound. I'm like, how did you miss that? Now, thank God that the Bearcats are able to overcome that. But some of those calls last night, dude, I still get that, how they let some things go and you breathe on a guy and then they call a foul. It drives me nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's the Big 12. It's very uneven. They don't call anything until the last 4 minutes.
Right. Exactly.
4 minutes, and they start trying to call stuff they didn't call all game. Like, there was so much bumping and pushing. Like, one time, the TCU player went up for a rebound, and out of nowhere came Simas Lukosius and boxed him out while he was in the air and just body checked him into the cheerleaders. And the referee told him to just get up. referee said, get up. The dude looked at him and was like, you're not going to call that? He was like, get up. This is the Big 12. And then, 16 minutes later, he's like, push from behind.
Right.
I was like, man, stop it. Come on.
Right. I just wish to be a little more consistent. I mean, I don't mind. I like it being tough. You got to get fouled, to get a big call. But it's got to be called the same at the middle, beginning, and the end of the game. That just drives me nuts. But what was your you be on here a lot before, and we're talking about Day, how he had to. You thought Jizzle, and I did too, would be the one to step up and potentially start here. But last night, dude, Day, I think he played the whole overtime. If I'm mistaken, I don't think Jizzle was out there.
That's true.
So he played. I think, like I said, I called it his coming out party. I think that was the best game I've seen him play offensively, because he was 0 for 5, I think, in the Baylor game of 3-pointers. He shot one that I know of, and he hit it. That was the big one. But before that, he was doing the mid-range stuff, the stuff that he could do. And I think that built his confidence more to take that big shot.
Yeah, he is a mid-ranger. He likes to get to his spots, free throw line. So if he could take the shot on the short corner, the baseline, he likes to do that step back. He'll drive. If he didn't get anything, he'll pull it behind his back, do a step back baseline shot. Or sometimes he recrosses and gets back to the free throw line. And if you don't cover him because of the drop coverage that your bigs are in, he just pulls up and he jumps over you or over the guard that's guarding him to get that shot off. So comfortable in the mid-range. And I know a lot of times, analytics-wise, I know Wes Miller loves the 3-ball. Mm-hmm. But he recruited 2 mid-range players.
You're right.
Right. Jizzle James is he's a mid-range player.
Uh-huh.
And so is Day Thomas. and they both occasionally can knock down threes. But you don't want to take away their effectiveness by only making them shoot threes, because it's obvious that Day Thomas, the issues that he were having prior to this 2-game stretch was not being able to finish. He had, he had anomaly, had 7 turnovers in a game, and I think it was Texas. No, I'm sorry, that was BYU. And coach kept putting him in because he thought he would turn it on instead of riding the hot hand, which was Jizzle James.
Right.
But coach believed in him. And coach was like, you know what? When he finds his confidence, he's a difference maker because he's an elite defender, but he can also attack the basket and score and do things to put pressure on your guards. And so by not giving up on him, because it seems like Jizzle didn't do anything wrong in the TCU game. Now in the Baylor game, he couldn't read the zone defense. He couldn't penetrate. They were getting nothing out of him because he's not a long ball shooter.
Right.
They had to take him back out. But they had good guard play.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've said this multiple times that you need good guard play, especially going into the tournament. I mean, you need good guard play being in the Big 12. This conference is unbelievable. I mean, I think I was listening to Wes talk to you and Dan at the end of the game last night, and they're playing a stretch of 5 ranked teams in a row. That's the longest stretch Dan looked up in Bearcat history as far as ranked teams.
Actually, it's 6. I think
6,
right?
Six.
6. Yeah, we got Oklahoma and we got Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, that's
so yeah. It's the longest since 1994.
Yeah, Wes is like, yeah, we wanted to better ourselves, but wow, it was just. And I'm sitting there going, listening to it last night, like, dude, man, that's just. I was excited when we got in the Big East, how tough that was going to be, dude. I ain't never seen a stretch like this in my life, and the way they're playing is to be in every game is, like I said, it just gives you hope of we got something here. And you brought something up last time you were on the show that a lot of these guys, there's a good shot, hopefully, that they'll come back next year. And that's excites me even more, Terry, is the experience they're getting this year. If we get the majority of the guys that come back next year, because with the transfer portal and everything, you don't know. But if majority of them come back, Terry, we can have a top 10, top 5 team next year. Am I crazy?
Oh, definitely. This is the Big 12. So the profile makes it even better. They're definitely going to be a top 10 preseason team. Everybody comes back. It's going to hurt losing John Newman.
Yeah.
But Dan Skillings is ready. He's ready to take that step. However, what I see in the practices every day from Rayvon Griffith, he's going to be special.
Are they going to – you think they're going to redshirt him?
It's official. It's official.
Oh, it is? Okay. I hadn't heard that yet. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the best thing for him because they had log jam at the small forward.
Right.
And they don't want to waste a year. But to see him in practice when you're I thought it would be the best thing for him because you put him on scout team.
Yeah.
And when he's on scout team, you say, okay, we're going to play this guy. And this guy is averaging 15 to 18 points. I need you to be this guy. We're going to run some plays for you. So every day in practice, he gets practice being the man.
Right.
And going to work. I'm telling you, man, his transition 3, it's an ugly shot. It goes sideways. And that thing goes in.
It's a knuckle. It's a Tim Hardaway shot. He always shoots
he shoots like this, and then it's like it's a hemispheric rotation.
How the hell do you even do that?
Man, it goes in. I mean, Rayvon is money.
As long as it goes in.
But he competes. He's a great transition player. He competes. He gets on the glass. I just think adding Tyler Betsy, who's another, DeMar Johnson, linky, long, 3-point sniper. He can really stretch the floor. Tyler McKinley, I don't know if they're going to redshirt him or let him go because once he puts on about 20 pounds in the Monster Factory of upper body, he can handle the ball, he can pass, he can rebound. Maybe that'll replace Odi Oguama's minutes, or maybe they just let him redshirt because you're going to still have those 3 bigs that all come back.
Right. Now let's talk about Big Vic here. He took 2 3-pointers, made one of them. Like the first, he makes me so nervous when he's out there, but he can hit them. But that second one when he shot, I'm like, no. All right, like, okay, good. I'm like, oh God, it's funny, Terry. When I think he thinks about it too much, to be honest, because he sits there, and then he shoots it. It's like, dude, if you're gonna shoot it, shoot it. Like the more you stand there and the weight, the more I think it gets to your head. But let's start with Vic. Vic had let's see, 11 points last night. Skilly's had 13. I think Victor is improving game after game after game, and even his defense last night. Now I do think the roughness was getting a little bit to him because he was talking a lot to the refs, and sometimes I think you need to just let that go because it could get into your head. But I do think he competed well, and his defense, I think, is getting better, especially when Bandego went out. He got that block in overtime. What's your thoughts on Vic and his improvement?
My whole thing, all year long, I've been saying this about Vic. If he decides to be dominant, he will be dominant. Mm-hmm. He's that good. He's that talented. You can't really stop him in the post. I mean, if you're big and you can play in the post, most of the times you're in the NBA already. And he is getting better and better every year. College basketball has turned into a big guy is just a rebounder and a dunker, and it's a guard league and a wing league.
Yep.
Well, Vic is one of those guys that says, no, I fit sort of the European mode of I can play inside, I can play outside, I can play make a little bit. Think about the steals he gets when he's like going behind the back on a fast break, dunking the basketball. He's got a skill set that we haven't seen from a big man like that in a long, long time.
I can't remember one.
Yeah, I mean, Corey can run. Corey couldn't do the stuff that he 3-point shooter, and that was a design play. That was a design play out of a timeout.
If Corey Blunt went out there and shot 3-pointers, what do you think Bob Huggins would have done to him?
Well, he did. So he did. So when he first got to UC, and he was sitting outside shooting threes, and Huggins said, "Man, what the hell are you doing?" He said, "Man, I'm open." He said, "If you don't get your ass down there on the block," he said, "Man, when you recruited me, I was shooting threes." He said, "Yeah, then I realized that you couldn't shoot them, so get back down there on the block."
Yeah, I don't see Herb Jones or Corey Blunt or any of those guys out there shooting threes on Hugg's team. But I mean, Terry, it's a different game.
Herb Jones was a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, Herb could hit him, but I mean, not like I guess I'm talking about like now. Like the way big guys shoot him now. Herb was only
6'4". He was 6'4", and he guarded everything. So Herb was a player.
Herb was a bad man. I got his poster. I got the Final Four poster right around the corner. Yeah, Herb's right in the center. So Herb was a bad man.
Yes.
So all right, we got the who's the next? Kansas City, and then we got Oklahoma. So TCU they knocked off Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. This is a winnable game, I think. Saturday, we beat TCU at home. We've lost by 1 and 2 points. I don't see any reason why we can't beat Oklahoma going to the game there Saturday.
You sound like a jilted lover, man. You sound like a fan that has been beat down for so long,
dude.
It's been rough. Not a believer. You're like, this is a winnable game.
It's been rough, brother. It's been rough, man.
Every game, the Bearcats decide that they're going to win the games. They lose them, but they're in every game. They're in every game. I mean, think about it. The only game they weren't in this year was the Dayton game. That got away from them fast because they didn't know how to attack the zone with Bandego out. And that got away from them fast. But the Xavier game they were in, every other game that they could very well have one loss on there. So when I look at their schedule, they fear nobody. I fear nobody for them. I look at them, I say, you know what? No, we got some defenders. We got guys that they can't guard. We got guys that can guard, though. We got shot blockers. We got wing defenders. We got point guard defenders. So we got everything that we need. We got enough firepower to get out on the break. We got 3-point shooting that if it gets hot, it'll be better in a couple weeks. But if it gets hot, it can carry enough. But even if we are 6 of 18 or 6 of 25 from 3, we got an inside game. Mm-hmm. So we pose a lot of problems for a lot of people and a lot of teams that they're the ones that's coming into this game. Like Coach Wes Miller, I said this last night on the post game you were listening to.
Yes, sir.
I said, how much has this team made you a better coach that stretched you because you had to find different ways? Yep. This league you had to find different ways to come up with things to beat a team that is very talented, very good, very strong. How much is it stretching you and your staff to come up with ways to win? And he looked at me, he said, Terry, that's the best question you ever asked.
He did say that.
He said, that's why you and Dan are really good. He said, that's why you're the best at what you do.
That's why you go, just like, thank you.
He said, nobody's ever asked me that. He said, but I tell you, we were just talking about that as a staff,
right.
of how much it's taking them to really. I mean, think about this: when as soon as the game is over, they get on the plane, and before the plane even takes off, all the managers and everybody from the bus to the plane are breaking down the videos, doing stuff for guards, doing stuff for bigs. It's like 10 guys, on their computers breaking down video. The coaches are breaking down video, doing all their scout stuff, and then they sit on the plane about 45 minutes into the flight, and they're sitting, they're huddling up, and they're talking about what they did, how they graded this, how'd you grade the post play, how'd you grade the guards, how'd you grade our zone offense, how'd you like? They come up with all these grades and metrics,
right.
and then they start pointing at stuff. And then they say, you know what, we could have did better. We got to do this. And then by the end of the flight, they've already got the breakdown for the team they're playing, and they're getting back together and discussing a preliminary meeting of, okay, we got to attack them here. This guy is one of their best scorers. How are we going to defend him? How are we going to tweak our man? So it's all the little things that they are doing to stretch them. And so when I saw that, when I asked him that question, I think it touched him because he realized, like, no, this is – like he wants to win bad, and every day he goes to practice. When the Bearcats are not at their best in practice, when they're trying to wake up, and he comes in there and he goes into one of the coaching tirades that all coaches do, and he goes, "Every day I want to be great. I wake up, I want to be great. I want to dominate something. I'm gonna dominate my day, and every day I come in there try to give the best effort. If you guys don't want to be effing great, why are you here?" Like he's like, I want guys that want to be great every day. Like put the work in every day. So in game days, it's automatic. Like he wants you to dominate in practice. He wants you to dominate in the classroom, dominate in nutrition, dominate in rehab. Like just dominate the moment and then let the game come to you. And so when I see this staff putting in work, I see this staff being stretched. I told him, I said last night, I said, Coach, I think you're starting to get some stretch marks.
He did say that. I did hear that one.
He realized this Big 12, man. You can't come in here. You can't come in here timid. You can't come in here looking like that you don't belong. No, you belong there. And he recruited to the Big 12, as Baylor's coach said that he recruited very well for the Big 12, and they're growing into it nicely.
Hell yeah. The one thing he did say last night, too, after you said all that, you talk about sleep deprived and all that stuff, and he goes, Terry, and I love it.
That's right.
He got all down like, I love every minute of it. I'm going like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, I'm loving it too, Coach. I'm like, and yeah, you're right. It's like I'm still, I believe in this team. Don't get me wrong. We've had so many times where I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be this guy. So I'm like, I'm with this team. If you, like I said, if you watched my video last night of me over there watching the game, I was going nuts. I was on my knees when we won. I'm like, yes. It's been so much fun watching this team and watching this team grind. And I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it reminds me of Bearcat basketball. That's what we do. We grind the stuff out. We beat you on the defense. We beat you on rebounding. And we just grind you into the ground. And that's what these kids are doing. And just to see it go from the beginning of the season to where it is now is just exciting. And they just keep getting better and better and better. And the stuff that they, like I said, they have to tweak and fix, it's very fixable. So, I mean, yes, I believe we can beat Oklahoma. I believe, baby.
Yeah. So the questions you got to start asking is not, can they beat them, but how they're going to beat them.
How they're going to beat them.
They got to dominate the glass. They got to dominate the glass, and because when they dominate the glass, they can get out and run.
Yep.
They get out. They do a lot of fast break drills. Every day they do drills, like getting out and running. But if they can continue to guard, which that's become their calling card, so they can dominate the glass and share the basketball, and they got to become better interior passers. One, and then the bigs got to do a better job of giving them target hands to make sure that they can catch the ball. Like, because I'm watching last night in TCU, they switch on the pick and roll. Yeah. So if Vic comes up the pick and rolls to the basket, a guard's on him, and the guard ends up trying to front him.
And that's how they got the alley-oop dunk last night.
I'm like, we can't get him the ball because we pump fake the ball and then we throw it.
Yep.
So you fake a pass before you make a pass, but if you want to throw high, you pump low to bring the defense hands down before you make the pass. You want to throw low, you got to pump high and then go low. but you can't pump and then throw at the same spot because you didn't move the hands.
Right.
And so several times the turnovers that we had were guards or whoever trying to make entry passes when they haven't moved the defender's hands, and then their post players are not giving you a clear signal of where they want the ball. That's one of the issues that Jamil Reynolds has got to get better at because he's too talented. He's got to rebound better. You know, he's got his motor's going to get better, or else he's not going to play as much. And he deserves. He should get more minutes. He hasn't deserved them yet. He hasn't earned them yet, but he should get more minutes. But he's got to be able, when he posts, he's got to use one arm, the forearm in the chest, to locate where the defense is, and then give a target hand. Right. If it's low, you want it. If it's high, you want it. But both the time, he has both his hands behind him, holding on to the defense so he knows where they are.
Right.
And I'm like, no. Make your chest square to the passer, hold him off, grab it with one hand, bring it in, and then, turn and pivot and find out where the defense is before you go into your back down. But if he can't catch the ball, if a guy's fronting me, we would hope the guys would front, because if they're fronting you, that just gives you an indication that they can't guard you.
Right.
So you push them up the lane a little bit more, take a step or two, get a bigger passing angle, and then you give the guard a target hand of where you want the ball. If you want to throw into the rim, you point to the rim. If you want it in your hand, you open your palm. But it's a shame that we don't get more dunks from teams that don't know how to guard the. I didn't like it when Mick Cronin used to guard the post. I'm like, wow, you got shot blockers. Why are you guarding the posts? Like, no, push them off the block, put an arm across their chest. Let the bigs are most bigs. Now the guy for a BYU is pretty good as a passer.
Yeah,
but most bigs can't beat you from a post passing position.
Now, I didn't see Vic do that on one position, but he the guy was fronting him, and he's doing exactly what he said, but he didn't have his arm up for it. And I'm sitting there watching, like, just throw it, get it to him. They could have thrown it to him, but like to your point, Vic wasn't calling for it. He was just pushing him and looking at him like, throw me the ball. It's like, that's give him a target.
Yes.
Like, give him a target to get the ball to. So, I mean,
go back and look at Danny Fortson, Kenyon Martin, Jason Maxill, Eric Hicks, Bobby Brandon. I mean,
all them.
Just from those post player guys, that how they got the ball in the post. Guys that want the ball always get the ball.
I was ready.
But
form it back like this.
I mean, when a guy really don't want the ball, you see what they look like. They just stand there. They kind of look at you. They got both hands down.
Right.
If you look at when the Kenyon, Danny, even the guards, when Skilling cuts, he cuts expecting to get the ball. Hands, his eyes are big. His fingers are spread out. He's like, give me the ball. He wants the basketball. And then if he cuts, he doesn't pout. He just keeps moving. He just keeps figure eighting to get the ball. But sometimes our bigs, when they don't get the ball, they just like no, keep spinning, keep moving, work them out.
Right.
And then so maybe you don't get the ball, but maybe you get inside rebounding position, which we're still not getting there. As good as we are as offensive rebounding, 75%, as much as they continue to change the game and use analytics. Here's an analytics stat for you. 3 out of 4 missed shots are going to go to the opposite side of which is shot. That's basic geometry. Study of angles. So if that shot goes up, if you can get 2 guys, or at least one, but 2 guys opposite inside, that shot goes up, you will dominate the glass. You can even have one at the rim of the nose, one on the opposite side of the rim, nose of the rim, and on the opposite side, and just sort of house down there. So when you get Victor Locken, who is one of the best offensive rebounders in the Big 12, Victor Locken has, let me see, I'm looking at he has got 48. I didn't update my stats yet, but coming into the game yesterday, 48 offensive rebounds.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. So, and then he had 2 of them. So he's at 50 offensive rebounds. That's killer. I mean, you're getting a lot of second shots. You're getting fouls. He's going to the free throw line. He's able to finish a lot of those. But that's what makes him big. If we can get guys in the rim or in the paint to be big, Jamil will be.
I love Jamil. I think he's going to be really good. He's got to do what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
It's some small tweaks.
Well, that's kind of the whole thing with this whole team, Terry. Like I said, there's nothing like huge that we have to fix. It's all just tweaks here and there, which is, like I said, to me, that's what makes it so exciting. It's stuff that can be fixed moving forward here.
Yeah, even Simas Lukosius boxing out.
Yeah.
Just get some blocking pads. And if I'm the big coach, I'm telling him, Coach Morgan or whoever, hey, come 15 minutes before practice. We're gonna work on rebounding drills. We're gonna work on box out drills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking my bigs. We're gonna do figure eight on the glass where you throw it up and the guy goes behind him. We're gonna do that. Figure eight on the glass so they'll know how to get opposite when the shot goes up. But I'm hitting blocking pads. I'm hitting every time, and I'm doing box out drills. Maybe he's in the paint, guy at the free throw line. Shot goes up. You got to run and go get him.
The coach has got some handles too. His
offensive package is off the chain.
Yeah,
that's not the missing link.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't think I remember seeing him at Butler. I didn't pay attention to him, and watching his offensive skills, I'm like, wow, that guy. He like honestly, if he gets a little better, he could be a point guard someday. I think with his handles he's got. Am I crazy on that?
No, he can handle the point at stretches, but maybe they'll have to not hugs. Wes Miller likes to go man to man.
Yeah.
But I think when he's in the game, CMOS, they're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But every team can make up for a guy who's not the best defender if he can score. We did it for Lazelle Durden. Yeah, we did it for Lazelle Durden.
Mm-hmm.
Huggins always used to Field Williams. Like, any of those guys
shooters
that can knock the ball, knock it down from deep, but they really are not their best is not defense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep shooting, and we'll put you around four other guys that can absolutely guard.
Speaking of shooting, how much longer do you think C.J. Fredericks comes back?
I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. So I talked to him yesterday, and he's probably going to start running here next week. And from that point on, maybe another week or so. I don't know the timetable. He said a couple weeks.
Right.
He said a couple weeks.
Well, he's going to start running. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing pool workouts and all the therapy, and he's been attacking it. He wants to get back out on the court. And he does the mental part of it. I asked him, I said, we were at the Baylor game, and he was sitting watching the warm-ups, and I said, what's going through your mind? How do you feel when the games are going on and you're not out there? He goes, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
He said it's killing him not to be out there, but he's taking that mindset into the rehab because he wants to get out here bad.
So, who had the better fist pump last night? Was it Mo Egger or was it Wes Miller? I mean, because they both in the video did it like right at about the same time. So, I thought Mo wasn't supposed to. You're not supposed to cheer. You're on the press row there.
No, bro. On the other side where you're doing the TV game, no, you're not supposed to cheer.
Okay. I got
the Bearcats control that side over here. So yes, Wes. As soon as the game's over, he turns over and he looked at me and Dan and he goes, "Let's fucking go!"
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. I was saying the same thing down here, like, fuck yeah, let's go, baby.
He said, I said, that's what I'm talking about. If I had my hand out, he would have slapped it and knocked out, hit 4 or 5 people in the press row.
Wow.
He was fired up, man. He was fired up, and we were fired up. But, I mean, think about it. If we have to make Fifth Third that kind of energy place, it was electric.
Dude, it was awesome. I gotta get some tickets. I'm going to a game this year. Just with my work schedule, it's hard for me to make the basketball games. I gotta go to work so
we gotta get you monetized here, get you some money from these shows.
They give me paid for this stuff here.
Shut down.
Yeah, I have to go get a job. All right, let's see here. Well, let's get this other question here, and I'll let you get out of here. Brad says it was driving me crazy when we're shooting foul shots at TCU. Every shot they would switch sides to distract the shooter.
That's true.
Yeah, they had that one where it took him forever. They're icing them without icing them. It wasn't switching sides. It was their.
It was the referee. Yeah.
Yeah, he was checking the clock. I'm like, dude, just give him the ball. That was Day.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Skillings.
It was Skillings.
Yeah, it was Skillings. I'm like, just give him the ball already. Like,
yeah, they iced him. They iced him.
It was they iced him without actually icing him. George, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? And there's some crazy dude named Casey Locker.
Casey, that's my dude.
I don't know who that dude is.
Yeah. LFG, that's the Wes Miller quote.
Yeah, I've only known that dude ever since we were in diapers. So if you know Casey, yeah, he's a little crazy. Anyway, Terry, man, you've been up for 43 minutes. I appreciate it, man. So you got the coaches show tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow's Thursday. Yes. My days are all messed together. Yes.
So Thursday night at the original Montgomery Inn. You guys got any guests lined up yet that you know of? Or?
Sometimes it's a player. We just got to figure out which player is going to be there.
Well, I'm gonna try to talk my wife into going out there. Maybe I'll come hang out with you.
You should, brother. You did last year.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I had a blast.
Bring some of that beer too.
this right here?
Yeah, man.
I hooked you up last year. Maybe I'll bring you and Dan some too. Actually, I got Dan coming on. He's coming on Friday, so I'll have him on there too. Maybe that'll be the day after I see you guys. We'll see. Maybe I'll see you Thursday. Anyway, dude, I appreciate you coming on, dude. And go Bearcat, and they're gonna win Saturday. All right, just say
that's right.
Win. All right?
They're gonna win. Yeah. Start speaking it into existence.
I do it all the time.
You're a Bearcat charter member, brother. Come on.
that just means I'm old, dude. That's means I'm old.
That's exactly right.
All right, brother. See you, man. Thanks, Terry.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Go out Thursday night. Go check out Terry and Dan at the original Montgomery Inn. Like I said, they'll have a player or a coach out there. It's a great time. I went out there last year a couple times. Hopefully, I'll get out there this year. Maybe tomorrow night if I talk my wife into it. And if not, I'll just go up by myself. But it's a good time. Like I said, this Saturday, don't forget this. I got to put this out there. So we are doing the live show from Great Midwest Best Barbecue. If I can get my freaking cursor to work here. There you go. Midwest Best Barbecue. We're doing the giveaway. Giveaway and live show. Live show starts at 2 o'clock. Bearcats are playing basketball at 1 o'clock. I was hoping the game would be on ESPN, but it's not. It's on ESPN Plus. So I don't know if Tim and Nicole got ESPN Plus out there. I know they got TV out there. If not, I'll be paying attention to it on my phone. Either way, 1 o'clock is Bearcat game. 2 o'clock is the show. Come out to Midwest Best Barbecue. You can enter this contest at Midwest Best. They have a sign-up sheet there with a QR code. You can also go to ZTV Online. Go sign up there and make sure you subscribe to my channel because we will be giving it away live on my channel this Saturday. So make sure you're signed up and you're ready to win some Cyclones Walleye tickets. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Shout out to everybody that's been watching on ZTV Online, YouTube. Like I said, we're at 2,494 subscribers. Facebook, 3,356. X, 3,543. Rumble, I don't even know how many because I just started doing it. But make sure you guys follow me on all those. Plus Instagram, Threads, TikTok. And like I said, I'll be pulling a sign off later on tonight. Put it on the podcast. Make sure you check it out. It's on Beanpod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitch and Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. That's what I tried to say at the beginning of the show. And I'm like, Bean what? Bean pot. Yeah, Bean pod. I'll get it right. Anyway, we got hopefully the Chiefs losing this weekend. We got hopefully the Ravens losing this weekend. We got hopefully who else don't want to lose? Chiefs, Ravens. Oh yeah, the Sucky Niners. We want them to lose too. Hopefully they'll lose. Hope the Bearcats win. Come join me Saturday. Let's have a lot of fun. I'll see you tomorrow. I got Mike Petraglia on the show tomorrow. So make sure you join us. He's covering the Bearcats. He's covered the Bengals. He's going to be covering the Reds. That's my dude. Throw it up, and that's just sports, baby. See ya!